With inflation at record highs, the Fed raising interest rates at rates that have not been seen since 1994, and it's looking increasingly likely like we're going to head into a recession. How does software engineering fare during a recession? So, do we need to cancel Netflix? Do we need to move in with our parents? Only eat ramen? Maybe not. Today, we're going to be talking about whether software engineers are recession proof, and I'm going to share some of the research that I've done on the topic so that you're better informed about it. To kick off, I'm going to say that software engineers are not recession proof. We can see this in a lot of the recent layoffs. I'll just go through some of the companies that I've researched. Stitch Fix, which is a fashion company, they've cut 15% of their jobs, resulting in about 330 layoffs. Crypto.com, which is fired about 260 people, which is 5% of their workforce. They're also hurting, as is the broader crypto industry. So everything's down, crypto's down, stocks are down. Seems like the real estate market is about to be next on the list. BlockFi is laying off 20% of its workforce, which is an estimated 250 employees. On top of that, like I mentioned, stocks are not doing well. Robinhood has slashed its workforce by 9%, which is about 300 people. Netflix has laid off around 150 people since May. Cameo, which is a celebrity app that they can do little video recordings, they just laid off 87 people. What is going on? Like, why is all this reduction happening? It's because of the inflation, because of the economy. In the pandemic, we printed a ton of money, all the stimulus packages happened, and now we're doing the opposite. So the Fed is going to take all that money and raise interest rates. So they just raised by 0.75, and usually they do like a 0.25. And that's, again, rates that have not been seen since 1994. So it's higher than we've seen in a long time, which is good to combat this inflation, because as of this, the inflation has also been record high. So the middle class is getting crunched by this. So inflation has been up to 8.6%. There's nothing that's stopping it from increasing. So that's why the Fed increased the interest rate. On top of all the layoffs that we're seeing, there's also a bunch of hiring freezes. So Microsoft has stopped hiring. Meta also frozen all of their hiring, and significant slowdowns in their reality labs, which is the metaverse development, which is kind of one of the hottest areas for software engineers right now. Like, I think AV and VR, which is, AR and VR, so augmented reality and virtual reality, those positions have skyrocketed in salaries and desire for employers to hire them. Those also have hiring freezes. Uber has told its employees to begin treating hiring as a privilege. Okay. Apple has retracted offers and stopped filling Genius Bar jobs. Nvidia is paring down hiring, and PayPal went on a hiring spree during the pandemic, but now has trimmed some of its workforce. All of this showing that, if you have a job, it's probably good to hang on to it, although I'll get a little bit more into this later in the video. So, is every job in the tech industry recession proof? Definitely no. Now, we'll get into today's sponsor, which is me. Oh man, I need to get some more sponsors. So, I worked with a couple of Fiverr designers, and I'll make a video on that soon because I thought it was really cool. And I came up with a couple of t-shirt designs for like mugs, t-shirts, and stickers. On my channel, the best performing video by far has been my review of the two mechanical keyboards. And so that inspired me to make some art and to partner with some much better designers than myself to get some cool stuff. And so I'm actually wearing one of them. This is just like a watercolor mechanical keyboard. There's a few other ones. I came up with a phrase, RGB is key. Thought it was kind of catchy. So check out, in the description, I have a link to go to my store, check them out, see if you like them. If they're cool, all the proceeds go to helping the channel and adding more value to this so that y'all can be more informed in topics like this. So check it out in the description, and we'll keep going. On the other side of our software engineers recession proof, in some aspects, yes. A lot of the positions I was talking about where there were hiring freezes, a lot of these companies still have positions open for backfill positions. A lot of companies also are always looking for more senior positions because there's just a gap in the number of warm bodies or talent that can fill them because the demand is so high. And the long-term trend of the industry, I'll show in like this graphic right here. You can see that it's just gone crazy. The number of software engineer roles grew from 15 million to nearly 35 million coming up in 2025 projected, but still, like that's an insane amount. What we're seeing is it's an increase of 22% over time between 2019 and 2025, which is faster than other categories of jobs. Even the fastest growing jobs are around like 8%, 10%, 14%. Software engineering is at 22%. You know, what's causing all of this massive growth? Well, it's an already small talent pool. Every year, hundreds of thousands of roles are left open because there's just not enough people to fill them. There's not enough talent coming out of schools and boot camps and all the different training programs. Even self-taught people are getting jobs left and right, getting into the industry at, you know, 75K, 85K a year just to get an entry-level job because there's such a desire to get these people into the industry. We've also seen a lot of industries need software. We're a tech-forward society and we rely heavily on our smartphones. Maybe too much. But anyways, you know, this includes travel, retail, entertainment, finance, even healthcare. And we just need all this software to interconnect so that we can accomplish more and more. On top of that, even further, like there's increased consumer reliance on software. 96% of millennials are digital natives and their preceding generations are growing up on, you know, like all these digital solutions. I didn't get a cell phone until I was like 14 years old, but hey, there's a ton of people that have cell phones as early as like 8, you know, getting into the internet. Crazy. We're relying on technology more and more, and it's going to become more and more a part of our lives. As Mark Andreessen said, software is eating the world, and it's just going to continue to do that. We're relying on it, and we're relying on these automated systems to help run our lives. And so the need for talent and filling those positions so that we can build all these systems is always going to be increasing. The opportunity to find a job is still there, even in a recession. It may be harder to find those jobs, especially maybe if you're entry level, but keep looking. There's always a desire to hire people, and you may have to look a little bit harder during these times, but you will find it. And, you know, even if you're self-taught, you will find a position because the barrier for entry is getting lower and lower, and people just need talent. They need talented, smart people who can problem solve, and that can be you. If you learned something in the video, like and subscribe, and I'll make some more of these. See you in the next one. Thanks.